Hyvää perjantai-huomenta kaikille ja tervetuloa totuttuun tapaan seuraamaan Urbanit Visionäärit live-lähetystä täältä Urban 3 studiosta Maria 01. Tämän päivän vieraat kaksin kappalein ovat etänä, mutta ei anneta sen häiritä. Tänään me keskustellaan erityisherkistä ihmisistä ja siitä, miten kaupunkiympäristöt vaikuttaa tämän tyyppisiin ihmisiin, miten me voidaan digitalisaation avulla parantaa sitä kaupunkikokemusta, mitä kukin meistä kokee. Ja tämä tiimi, jota tänään haastatellaan, voitti VDP Awardsissa parhaan palkinnon kategoriassa paikkatiedon hyödyntäminen, ja tätä meidän kategoriaahan oli sponsoroimassa Location Innovation Hub, eli tänään myös paljon paikkatietoja rakennettu ympäristö meillä pöydällä. Mutta ennen kuin me päästetään meidän tämän päivän vieraat aiheen pariin, niin kerrotaan teidän kanssa, miten te voitte olla rakennetun ympäristön kestävässä digikehityksessä mukana. Kuten ehkä jokainen meistä tietää, niin eri tasoisella tai eri tasolla olevien yrittäjien välinen kanssakäyminen voi välillä sisältää erilaisia hankaluuksia. Kira-alalla on paljon erilaisia startuppeja, jotka yrittävät tuoda uusia teknologisia innovaatioita parantamaan meidän toimialaa, mutta se, että miten sitten isommat yritykset, kunnat, kaupungit päätyvät näitä innovaatioita hyödyntämään, on välillä vähän hankalaa. Tähän tarpeeseen me ollaan nyt laittamassa pystyyn 6 kuukauden ohjelmaa, jonka nimi on Smart Business Big Impact. Tässä mukana meidän lisäksi Urban Tech Helsinki ja Kira kasvuohjelma. Ja nyt ensi vaiheessa me kerätään startupeilta tietoa siitä, että mitä nämä haasteet ovat, joita te koette, että tällaisen isojen ja pienten välisen yhteistyön esteenä löytyy. Ja samalla me etsitään myös isoja toimijoita, jotka haluavat lähteä yhdessä murtamaan näitä esteitä, eli tarjoamaan mahdollisuuksia, haasteita näille pienille yrityksille. Kannattaa käydä startuppien vastaamassa tuohon kyselyyn, se on hyvin konkreettinen ja siinä aidosti tähdätään siihen, että asioita saadaan parannettua. Sitten tekoäly kiinnostaa eri puolilla Kira-alaa ja Kira-alan kasvuohjelman kanssa mukana myös Kira-foorumin järjestöt ja liitot ja Kira Hub. Me ollaan laitettu yhteen tämmöinen 2 työpajan kokonaisuus osana Työ 2030-ohjelmaa, koska myös meidän työympäristö tulee tekoälyn vaikutuksista hyvin paljon muuttumaan. Ensimmäinen työpaja oli menestys, toinen työpaja tulee maanantaina. Kannattaa käydä sinne vielä ilmoittautumassa. Se on täysin fyysisenä pidettävä työpaja ja siitä syntyy meille jokaiselle yhteinen työkalu, jolla voimme lähteä organisaatiossamme edistämään tekoälyn käyttöönottoa. Ja sitten haluaisin vielä muistuttaa, että hyvä tapa sukeltaa tekoälyn rakennetussa ympäristössä on tekoälyn rakennetussa ympäristössä verkkokurssi, ilmainen suorittaa kaikille ammattilaisille ja opiskelijoille sekä suomeksi että englanniksi. Ja nyt on tullut hienot päivitykset osana kurssia mukaan, eli generatiivisen tekoälyn uusimmat tuulet löytyy kurssisisällöstä myös. Kannattaa käydä koko organisaation voimin suorittamaan tätä kurssia. Ja vielä ilmoittautujia kaivataan rakennetun ympäristön yhteentoimivuusinfoon. Yhteentoimivuustyö on tärkeää sekä tekoälyn hyödyntämisen että ylipäätään sen yhteisen digitaalisen tulevaisuuden näkökulmasta. Yhteentoimivuuden yhteistyöryhmä tekee koko ajan työtä tämän toiminnan eteen ja yhteentoimivuusinfossa sitten kuullaan, mitä tämä ryhmä on saanut aikaan. Kannattaa ilmoittautua myös tätä tilaisuutta seuraamaan. Mutta sitten mennään tämän päivän aiheeseen, eli Smart Cities for Sensitive Minds, Optimizing Urban Life for Highly Sensitive People. Welcome, Johan, welcome, Gabriel. You're the team or one members of the team behind this solution, and it's nice to have you on board. As a first question, I would like to ask from you that who you actually are. So could you briefly tell something about yourself and your background?
Yes, nice to be here. So my name is Joha Jämsä and I'm from University of Turku. I'm doing my PhD at the moment and I study nature's eudaimonic well-being benefits in that. So I'm a human geographer and this centralizes the human experience of their environment as well as the related well-being benefits. So my PhD thesis has in part also contributed to the innovation of our idea by providing this understanding of human-environment connection and how environment affects people. Yeah, so that's short about me.
Okay, nice. And how about Gabriel?
All right, thank you. Hi, it's good to be on the show. My name is Gabriel Chuwie. I'm a GIS analyst and have quite a lot of experience in different industries, from climate resilience to urban planning and also transportation, as well as built environment. I'm currently studying at Metropolitan University in computing and construction, a master's. So my fascination is always on location-based innovation. So this was actually a good one. When we came up with it, I said, okay, I need to put in my experience in it. So it's been quite a good run. Okay.
Good. And you promised to first show some slides about your solution that you worked with for 10 weeks and now going further with that. So please share your slides and then we can discuss more with you.
Okay, sure. All right. Yeah, but you see?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I may start. So as you can see, part of our team was also Isaac Su. And together with Gabriel and Isaac, we made this spatial innovation, Smart Cities for Sensitive Minds. So it's about optimizing urban life for highly sensitive people. Next slide, please. Thanks. So if we first start with the problem description, so research shows that actually 1 in 5 people in Finland and also globally are highly sensitive. So they process sensory information more deeply and in a different way than other people. So this can make their city experience challenging. And as we have seen, people are already actually adapting to this in various ways by example, utilizing sensory aids or equipment like noise cancelling headphones or these noise altering earplugs, blue light blocking or orange glasses, but also spatially by choosing sensory friendly routes and also places where they live to be more sensory friendly. And also by avoiding certain places and certain times in the city. So these spatial and temporal aspects too.
Yeah, so we came up with the goal to identify like the optimal routes that offer pleasant views and experiences that enable our target users to reach their points of interest efficiently. So the idea was to evaluate like different points of interest and then determine how users could go from one point to another, and then seeing how they experience that route. So additionally, we wanted highly sensitive people to plan their routes based on the appeal of their senses, whether it's visual, whether it's hearing aid, and then also different kinds of aspects of the environment that might affect their experience as they move through a route. So our workflow, what we did so far is that we did an assessment of urban safety, but this is based only on the visual index. So we're yet to do the other senses as well. So we assess the results of the safety index related to the existing data sets from various sources. And then we use an output to do some kind of mapping so that we could see how the results could be. So after the results, we decided that okay, we could actually go ahead and make an app to utilize the information that we got. Okay.
Yeah, and here you can see that we also used machine learning. So basically on the left you can see the highly sensitive people's perceptions and how they see the city life and what are the pleasant elements there, like greenery, water areas, more narrow roads, and then again more negative and sensory, not so friendly things like big roads or dull office-like buildings. So we basically matched them to existing categories of this 80A20K image categories. And then from that, we created this scale of whether an element in street view picture is very safe or somewhat safe, or maybe it is felt extremely unsafe. So we created this scale from that.
Okay. Thank you. And then from that, we did a test of like 3 places around Rohalati. This is just displaying what we did in the yellow. And then for the scoring, this is what we came up with, such that we had kind of routes to see, like for each route, we came up with an optimal value to say this route is highly, let's say it's very safe, or it's safe, or it's unsafe, which is like what we have here. For instance, the route on the top right, that shows that it's got a rating of about in blue, which means that it's not so safe. Whereas the rating that looks a bit greener means that it's a bit, it's kind of safe. So like different particular areas could be rated so that you are able to actually have an optimal safety index for the whole route. So basically that's what we did. And then in terms of what we hope to do is that we hope to have user rated routes for all particular routes. And then we would like to have something for greenery, for visual, for sound, as well as for smell, so that we have something that is comprehensive, like someone can have a better judgment before they actually make their plan to go somewhere. So far, this is what we have done so far. Thank you. Okay.
Good. So pretty interesting stuff. And you mentioned that actually 1/5 of the people are somehow highly sensitive. So this is kind of like a bigger problem than we might assume, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So how did you find each other? So how did your team come together, and why did you started to do this kind of a project? Is it like part of a bigger program or something?
Yes, so we actually met a year ago in this geospatial challenge camp, which was organized by University of Turku, Aalto University, in collaboration with Geoportti and Location Innovation Hub, and they had also various partners with them. It was this 10-week long challenge-based course, and it aimed to provide the participants a chance to tackle like real-world challenges in these cross-disciplinary teams. And the theme was health and well-being. So the teams in that course were formed so that they would contain various kinds of expertise, so that there would be well-being experts as well as GIS experts, and also combined. So that's how we got together, and I think that was a very good start.
Okay. And that actually ended, but is this a topic that you will actually like work together in the future as well?
Yes, for sure. We got very good feedback on that, and also we are very inspired by this topic, and we believe that it is something worth continuing. So definitely.
So, like I said, one in 5 people are highly sensitive. So, how did you identify specific needs within this group of your app? So, what kind of background research did you do? You already mentioned some, but can you go to it more specifically?
Yeah, so for the purpose of our project, we actually interviewed highly sensitive people, and we used the visual aid of going through Google Street Map view images with them, so, from the areas in Helsinki that we used to pilot our idea. So they were in the real time able to provide feedback on how they felt through each street view, and actually what specific elements in that street view made them feel that way. So we reflected with them what they would change in that environment, like what they would add there, or what they would maybe delete from the views. So we got very valuable information with these discussions with the highly sensitive people.
And you utilized lots of geospatial data in this one, and it was the purpose of this project. So what kind of data did you use, and was there some kind of lack of data, some kind of data that you missed that you should be able to utilize in the future, so you would conduct this as widely as you can?
Yeah, we had quite a lot of data. I think the organizers gave us links to the National Land Survey, the population data, weather data. I think different kinds of data that we could sort out stuff from. So we utilized also some data from the university for the Google Street View, because they are actually supposed to be paid for. So going forward, if we have to scale up, we might need to actually have to get some kind of payment for that. And then in terms of the data that we feel like we might lack is something to do with real-time data, especially in terms of things that disturb the environment in terms of like the normal workings. Let's say a construction site might just start from nowhere and you're walking, just find that there's noise in a route that you always use. So if there could be a way that we could actually access that information, maybe from the city. And then also there are times when there are these things like maybe random things like demonstrations or something that is loud on the street. I think some people really get disturbed where they just all of a sudden find that they're in a crowded place when they're not expecting to find any form of noise in the street they were walking. So would really be happy to have that kind of information. But so far, I think then for traffic and noise data, we already have, but it's a bit from 2017. So if we could have something that is a bit more updated to maybe a year or so, I think that would really be nice. Yeah.
You also created different kind of user stories around your app, so identifying different kind of needs. Could you share something about these?
Yeah, they were very interesting. So we created 3 user stories based on the interviews of these highly sensitive people to get a glimpse of how these highly sensitive needs could look like in an urban environment. And these experiences are, of course, very intertwined, and necessarily one person doesn't like fit in one type of a main character in a story, but they give very good insight of the challenges and the positive things that the highly sensitive people experience moving in an urban city. So first of our characters was Oli the optimizer. I could read a snippet of his story. So here it goes. Even the daily commute is carefully orchestrated affair. The route is meticulously chosen, emphasizing quiet paths adorned with nature's touch. Oli pedals between Kulosaari and Kalasatama, seamlessly switching between bike and metro, or they opt for the scenic route through Mustikkamaa Island. The chaotic Länsiväylä is consciously avoided, its bustling energy incompatible with Oli's need for tranquility. So these kinds of things. And then second character was Clara, the clarity craver, and few snippets of her story. Clara dreams of homely little roads and nature trails, far from the chaotic traffic. A map service tailored to her needs would unveil these hidden gems, providing routes that, although longer, are enticing and serene, akin to a scenic drive. She envisions clear and spacious parking spaces at her destinations, offering a hassle-free experience. So for Clara, the city's music, hustle, and bright advertisements are overwhelming. Even smells and crowded places overwhelm her senses. Armed with her trusty hearing protection and blue blocker glasses, she navigates through the urban jungle. So you can spot these very specific things like smaller roads and nature trails, spacious parking spaces. So these kinds of urban elements in those stories. But I think these were very enlightening to write.
And I think this is not just a problem for highly sensitive people. It's a problem for everyone of us living in cities, that sometimes it's too much of a hassle. So do you see potential for this app to benefit the general population as well in the future?
Yes, yes, for sure. Even the research shows that the sensory overload affects us all. So it affects negatively in people who live in the urban environments. For example, the high noise levels, they contribute to things like worsened sleep or cognitive functions and higher stress levels. So for sure they can this kind of applications can benefit us all, and on the contrary the benefits of urban greenery are widely recognized. So urban green spaces provide stress relief and also enhance quality of life.
Yeah, I think totally the same. So
Mm.
how about the next steps with developing the app? So uh, how do you plan to go further with this one?
Oh, okay. So what we have in plan at the moment is we've already drafted our plan and the features that we want to have in the app. And then we would like to share that with the Association of Highly Sensitive People in Finland. So once they have a look at what we are proposing, we would like them to sort of give feedback, whether it makes sense or maybe there are some things that we need to change that they feel maybe might actually benefit people a bit more. And then based on their comments, I think we'll start the actual development so that we actually have some just the skeleton of the app. Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's the plan at the moment.
yeah, we really want to engage our main stakeholders, the highly sensitive people, in the early steps, so we can make sure that if we are creating something that is of value to them.
On a wider scale, when you see like people who are actually planning how our cityscape is looking, what would you like to bring from this learning path of yours to that kind of design work?
I think um, maybe there's need to kind of put into perspective these individuals in our society that really have unique needs. So maybe this needs to be addressed. I think the address normally is on maybe people with disabilities, like wheelchairs and stuff like that. But then for things to do with senses, I think that is not really stressed that much. So I think it would be nice if that is actually considered in a way. That's my
Yeah,
perspective.
yeah. Maybe we could even think like people who are more sensitive can also somehow pave way to designing environments that actually ultimately support us all, because they just feel the effect more clearly. But these urban stressors actually affect us all.
Hmm. How about from the data side? Are we actually gathering like the good data for this kind of design? So what do you think? Should we be more careful about like the data sets in the future?
Mm, yeah, I think we need to be uh, getting more that I just that maybe I didn't get the question correctly. But I think it'd be good, yeah, that we're able to have this data so that we're able to use it, this kind of data.
Yeah, we were also visioning that maybe in this app there could be this community feedback tool.
Oh, okay.
So in the long run, maybe that could also offer some data for the purposes of urban planning, or let's see.
Yeah, our user, we're thinking that user review would sort of enhance it, especially where we combine both user-based as well as machine learning. Like that could make the application in the long run more accurate, even in areas that are not covered by Google Street View images, because the
Mm.
basis at the moment is Google Street View. Yeah.
Yeah. So in the future, how do you envision this app contributing to urban planning and improving the quality of urban life? What are your ideas?
I just maybe also think that even having discussions like this change a bit of the perspective that how we think our urban life and what we take granted there, like what things are prioritized when planning cities. So at least by that.
Yeah.
Okay, and when can we actually use your app? So when it will be downloadable from the app stores?
I think it's a bit too early to tell, but okay, 2024 is almost gone, but we're hoping that by the mid of 2025, at least we should have at least an MVP, at least just something that people can be able to test with, just for testing purposes. But actually being able to have it working might take maybe through we have to see, but at least by the middle of 2025, we should have the basic functionality at least working. Then people can be able to test it at least.
Okay.
Yes, we are very excited on working on this, but this is a side project for all of us. So let's see.
Yeah, let's see.
Okay.
For the last question, I would like to ask from you that what would be your dream project after this project that you would jump right into?
Well, I love everything that combines research and practice. So, for example, related to my PhD topic, I could work on anything that would centralize urban greenery and how to utilize the well-being benefits of nature in urban cities more and urban planning. So anything that bridges research and practice.
Yeah, I think on my end, I think I'm always open to possibilities. So I think the more we can utilize the new tools that are coming up to sort of help society, that would be nice. So I'm saying like going on a project that maybe combines these latest technologies like XR and VR, and then also maybe some AI and machine learning, just to see what we can test and see how we can help people in different ways. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Johan. Thank you, Gabriel, and thank you for the great work that you are doing. Let's wait when we can download your app and start to use it.
Okay.
All of us, not just the highly sensitive people. Have a nice and great weekend and kiitos kaikille katsojille. Nähdään teidät ensi perjantaina.